Hi, welcome to Growth Conversations with Fola Folabi. Today I'm here with a business mogul, yeah, someone who works hard, and he has the results to show for it. He's the CEO and founder of TBM Events, the big market events, and a very great guy, Akande Bezos. How are you doing, my guy?
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for the eulogy. I'm so honored and grateful.
Yeah, so today, we want to have a conversation about something very important. And
All right.
where I want to start from is the business side. Now, like, what made you look at business and be like, okay, this is what I want to do? And we all know that business is probably one of the hardest things to do. It's one of the things to do in this world. But what made you start that I want to build something, I want to do business?
One of the reasons why I started business was I've always had the interest of selling. I like to sell. I like to persuade people. That's the idea. I personally like the act of persuasion, the process that goes behind trying to convince people to believe in what you believe in and convert it into money. I don't know if you get my point. That's just the concept. That's the perfect definition of sales. Trying to
Yeah.
convince people to believe in. I used to tell people that marketing is the act of telling lie truthfully. So the experience trying
Mm.
to bring people on board. Even before Jesus also was a marketer. Jesus was a
Yeah.
salesperson, but
Mm.
many people did not know. People could not decipher because he was the greatest salesman. He
Ever.
sold the idea of salvation to us, and up to this present moment, we still celebrate what he sold, what he presented to us, being the only gateway to God. So, if a man of that kind of person at that kind of time without kind of resources that we have now could sell, properly narrate and properly position his ideology and what he represents and who is representing and is still representing, that concept is something very deep. So the idea of business is in places that many of us don't put eye to. So personally, for me, what made me choose to do business was one, I love the act of persuasion. Two, personally for myself, I've not really imagined myself working for people. I like to let my things work for me. So business was the best route, was the best escape, was the best approach to doing so. So it's been hard, as you have said, it is the hardest part. You usually say something in Yoruba. Can I think I'm permitted to speak that part now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they said in Yoruba, Ogata, Ogauta, Owa Laru Akpe. Yeah, I don't know if you are conversant with that proverb.
Yeah.
That's the proverb of people that do 9 to 5, that work for people that are salary earners or whatsoever.
Yeah.
But for a business person, if you not your alaru money cannot pay in any sense, in any approach. So yeah, so I liked the act of persuasion because Jesus was the greatest salesman, was the greatest salesperson, and I will label my template or my approach according to what Jesus have. Sorry that I'm being biblical a little bit. And secondly, I don't find it easy working for people rather than working with people. So that's why I chose business.
That's and that's one thing that's like one thing that is common in very, very successful businessmen, very, very successful entrepreneurs. They don't just feel comfortable working for people. Like they like to, even though they're going to work for somebody, they are going to like have like an ownership mentality. Yeah. And I think it was Alex Omoto that was saying it one time. It was like him, the way he is, he has never worked for anybody. I think he worked for as a sales rep one time like 10 years ago. And he said the reason why he worked as a sales rep was because he has a commission on everything he sells. If he does not sell, he does not make money. So that taught him the ruggedity of of business. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. So the second question I want to ask is, if for the person listening now that wants to start a business, or they've already started a business, yes, yeah, and they they are finding it hard to like scale. You've turned TBM event from just organizing events in Futa to organizing events outside Nigeria now, organizing multiple events in a day. And you have to, even though you don't have to be out of there physically, but you are monitoring like 2, 3 events in a day. How can that person do it? How can the average Nigerian youth scale a business or an idea?
Okay, the best approach for an average Nigerian youth, an average business person to scale an idea is to sell to your immediate community. If you can validate your idea to your immediate community, it is a proper testament that anywhere that idea stands, forget target audience, forget market research, forget market analysis or whatever approach they claim or they say. Um, as I said, the validation for you to scale a business, scale an idea. If I take Oloba, that's the kaftan aspect that I do,
Mm,
and the Oloba fashion, that the fashion aspect that I do to Iran today, is the same thing I tell people in Nigeria that I'll tell people in Iran. And they themselves will even buy faster because they are a Muslim dominated country. And then what I'm trying to let you know now, you're seeing the difference that
yeah,
if in as much that idea of yours can be validated in your immediate community. Now immediate community can come in different formats. Immediate community can be your church,
yeah,
immediate community can be your friends, but sometimes it's not always advisable that your friends sometimes, if you're building an idea, your friends sometimes will not want to discourage you. They'll tell you that the idea is going to fly, blah 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 blah. But why I use the word immediate community? Because immediate community is like the unit of the society. So your immediate community can be your school, your university. It can be where you most worship, where you most visit, people you most talk to, people you most interact with, people you most see on a daily basis. So that can be your immediate community. Your immediate community can even be your street members or your neighbors. So immediate community is just, it can even be your WhatsApp contact list, immediate community. So if your idea can successfully be validated by your immediate community, that is a perfect standpoint that irrespective of anywhere, any place, anytime you take such business to, you can scale. So scalability is not about I've done 10 states in Nigeria. Okay, I'm big already. Scalability is about, is what I'm doing, is it is it is the idea valid?
yeah,
Can people trust it? Are people trusting it? My immediate community that knows me or that I have social interaction with, have I used to tell people that, well, I've done something for TBN to the extent that anybody that have my contact or that knows me, without me being present or without me being there or without me having to talk to the person, such kind of person can tell the
yeah,
idea of what TBM is doing from the beginning to the end. That is my own idea. If I cannot successfully push what I'm building to your brain, that if I'm not present, you cannot speak about it or you cannot talk about it. 95% of people that I have, that's my close community, my immediate community, can actively talk about TBM. And that is why recommendation model is the strength of our business. Because why? People, we have so much explained what we do, how we do it, and who we do it for. That people that we don't even do it for tell people that we are to be doing it for. I don't know if you are getting what I'm trying
yeah,
to say.
yeah. Mm,
Yeah, it's just that it's just like how, like, which example can I use? Um and the person that sells, someone that is grinding pepper now. Obviously everybody want to cook soup.
yeah,
But some people, there are still some categories of people that we order food.
yeah,
You get my point. But the noise of grinding machine notifies people in that area, that where that grinding machine is, that this person here own Lota. I don't get what I'm trying to
yeah,
say. So you see that the idea of self proclamity, that you can perfectly communicate your ideology to the lowest level. So scalability is dependent on how you have successfully validated your idea in your immediate community. I quote, in your immediate community. So
And
taking it to London, taking it to Ghana
it's
shouldn't be a problem because it has successfully worked in Nigeria. So if you take it anywhere else in the world, it will work.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's and I think that's one thing that a lot of Nigerian business or youth that are just starting business, that's one thing they fail to realize that if people don't if people in your immediate circle can't vouch for you, or if people in your not just your immediate circle, if people around you, people who know you can't vouch for you, even though you've not worked for them, but they cannot vouch for you that this guy is good at this guy is good at this, those people that you are pitching up there won't be able to vouch for you. They won't be able to trust you. Even someone that is only a freelancer, for instance now, the way you build portfolio, I was talking to someone, I think like earlier this year, he was telling me he wants to start learning a skill, that how should he build his portfolio, that he has even learned his skill set, but he doesn't have any clients. I was like, bro, go and design for your fellowship. Go and join publicity unit in your fellowship. Design for them. Design for your department. Anybody that is contest for class rep in your department, is it class rep, what do you call it? Anyone that's contesting for all these governor, all these politics in school, design for them.
Yeah, upcoming politicians.
Yeah, design for them for free. It is now.
To be funny to back up
Yeah.
your ideology or your approach. I did the same when I started as a graphic designer. I
Mhm.
have people that are into hairdressing, that are selling one or two days of when all those early collection, people that to sell clothes on WhatsApp came out. So I've learned graphic design that time, a year plus. I saw someone that made 30K with graphic design, and I cannot start charging for 30K immediately. It
Mm.
was unethical. So and I started designing for them. I'll tell them, I'll message them, give me your brand name. I'll message them, give me your brand name, give me what you do. I'll design for them. At some point, some of them will not post, some of them will post. No, some of them will not like the job because it was
Mm.
free. Some will be marvel, they will post, some will be like, let me bless you with something. At that process, doing that, I was creating a portfolio. Even though it was portfolio of nonsense or portfolio of jargons, but I was creating a portfolio of calling myself a graphic designer. And doing so, I started connecting with other graphic designers. I started seeing what other graphic designers were doing, what me as a graphic designer was not doing. And even up to this moment, I still have graphic designers that I can't also do what they do, but I always want to try what they do. I don't get what I'm saying.
Yes,
So
that's
we are still speaking this. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
that's literally it. That's literally it. Now, for anyone who's listening who doesn't know, Akande was a politician in school. Yeah. And we both served when you were in the SRC, I served in the speaker's cabinet. And where we got close was during, what do you call it? LS. Yeah. Legislative Summit. We were both we were both like the people in the organizer, you were the chairman, and I was the chairman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the most intense
Yeah,
committee.
yeah. So it was very, very distant. So now, one thing that baffled me then was when I was surprised that because I knew Akande number. Most people in school just know Akande and everything. I was not surprised that you were also very, very like active in your fellowship.
Yes.
It was during JCCF. I just knew that it was during JCF, I knew that you were active in your fellowship, you were you were active in politics, you were active in business, you were also in your academics also. You know you use your academics to play. When it comes to like
At all.
1 week
I'm in one
exam,
of the hardest departments on
ah,
campus.
so 1 week to exam, 2 weeks to exam, you'll be like, whoa, and you buy any, I'm not coming to sitting again, or you come sitting, you come sitting and go very early, 5 p.m. You already gone to your house. How were you
Yeah.
able to manage all those kind of things then? Because there are a lot of people that want to do a lot of
All
things.
right.
Yeah, but they are like, let me focus. I don't want to start business now. Let me leave school. I don't want to be active in
Yeah.
leadership now. But you combine everything and you are successful in everything. How were you able to do it?
I'll not lie, I'm not Superman. And I'll speak as a proper, as a real human being. Not trying to bamboozle somebody with motivation that you can do it. I have done it, you can also do it. During those periods, it was very tough. During those periods, I wrote results that were not appealing to the kind of person that I am, the kind of way that I've been coming, or the kind of way I be on a normal day. So, as I was saying, as I was saying, how I was able to do fellowship, academics, politics, business, and social life too. You
Yeah,
can, if
social
in
life
case
too,
you
yeah.
don't remember, social life, because the kind of business I do have to involve the social space of either off campus or on campus. I can remember that time during when I was in school, when we were in school in 300 level, final semester in 300 level, and the second semester in 300 level, I got an opportunity to work with one of the biggest artists now. Then that time was just coming up. That time that was the second year coming up. Ashake.
Yeah.
I got an opportunity to work with Ashake, but I had a condition to come to Abuja that time, and we had an exam. It was not a pretty serious exam that if I start, I can rewrite the exam in 500 level second semester. But because of priority,
Yeah.
I did not attend that meeting. Now, do I regret it? No, because I've understand something that whatever you are doing, I said something on the podcast some time ago that it is very, very important. It's very paramount that you need to pay attention to the most concerned issue at that time.
Yeah.
Now, if you notice, you said something that if it's exam time, the way I say, I'm not coming to sit in, I have book to read. Because I know at that period, sitting is not the ultimate priority.
Yeah.
Not being present in some couple of sittings or couple of business meetings will not affect, will not affect me or my potential being a legislator, being a politician on campus.
Yeah.
During the exam, I know that period of exam, or that close period to exam, I know that the most important priority, treat what is the urgent issue. Even in science, the way they address the scientific approach to things, self, it comes with priority. They'll say hypothesis, thesis, observation, the conclusion. So at that time, my major observation was exam. So if exam finish, we go back to doing business, we go back to doing politics, we go back to being a student, we go back to being a fellowship executive. So how I was able to manage those things was I knew how to. I will not say I was reading from the beginning of the semester. I will not lie to you. I will not try to be a Superman right now. I will not even lie to you. I had never opened book since the beginning of the semester. Never throughout my stay on campus. But I was able to pay attention to what actually matter at that particular point in time. If you tell me, I somewhat built myself that I know that if it is business, if you wake me any hour, I can attend to you. I've built a system to that aspect. Also, system is also another point. System, building systems. Now, I also built a system that I know that during exam period, waking up early is not a new thing. That Yoruba says go back body lara yan. No. It was already a system that was already inbuilt in me. I was already waking up 3:30 on a normal day, exam or no exam. So waking up that same 3:30 to carry book. When I wake up 3:30 to strategize for business and do all those kind of stuff, before I face normal being a student, was already a thing that I do on a normal day. So I just had to instead of strategizing for business, that 3:30 that I wake, what I just need to do is to carry my book and study. It was still the same methodology. It's still the same system that I adjusted my body to. You were saying something now that I've been traveling up and down. 2 days ago, I was in a concert. Now I'm in Akure. So it's the system. It's not that there's one special gene or special body mass that I carry. No, it's system that one have built. One of the characteristics of human beings adaptation. Once you build your body or build your personality, your energy, your strength to a particular approach, it becomes a lifestyle. So that was the lifestyle that I live all through campus. I was a night crawler. And I don't joke once it's time to sleep, there's nobody, no how you how big you are, I will rest. So I was able to manage business, students, being a student on campus, a legislator is a what are you calling it? is church a fellowship executive because I built systems. To bust your brain, There was a day, a particular fresher that I once had the opportunity to speak to during freshers orientation saw me one day praying at Akinde because I had a routine that time. Monday, Thursdays, Thursday, Friday, I go to Akinde 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. I pray at night. So the students saw me praying at Akinde because I know that I cannot be waking up to pray in the midnight as I should. So I like, okay, that was my best approach. The guy saw me, I was like, wow, why am I that? It was, it was left admiration. This thing, it was about living. When he saw me start praying more, pay. So it's systems. I don't need to do too much. I just need to do what matters. That's my answer.
That's really,
Yes.
yeah, that's really big. That's really big because the fact that you are able to put in priority and above everything is priority. Since when it's time for, let's say, middle of semester now, things are not too serious now, and it's time to stand on business when it comes to politics, you are there 24/7, 100. But when it's time to read, you are there. When it's time for God, and the way you said, there are times you're not able to go home and go and pray. Once you get home like this, now sleep or you have work to do, you go somewhere to go and pray. And that's just what a lot of people, that is students, even people that have graduated. People that are graduated, I was recording a podcast yesterday, and someone was telling me that a lot of people who say they don't have time for something, it's a lie. They usually have time. It's just that you don't just put importance on that activity. That's just it. That's really, really, really good. So now, my next question will be the side of entrepreneurship. Now, everybody sees with TBN event now, everybody sees the events, either you are selling out tickets, you are doing this, you are expanding to other countries and everything now. Now, what is the side of entrepreneurship that people don't see? The ugly side of entrepreneurship that people don't see at all?
The ugly side.
Yeah.
One, going broke is a reality that is constant with business people. The side of entrepreneurship that a lot of people will see. Going broke, having some unexpected debts because of inflation that might arise, unexpected expenses to maintain the business. They said something. Starting a business is the easiest. Keeping the bulb on is the hardest. Keeping that business to run as an operating infrastructure is the hardest. At the time that one person did not ask for our performance, how we were doing, or what our financial performance status was. But he invested in our business because of the fact that we have survived 3 years. He said if a business can survive 3 years in Nigeria, there is a testament that the business has the potential and has the capacity to do more 3 years or do more 33 decades. Because running a business, keeping it for a single year, so that was it. Many enterprise owner, the way they celebrate anniversaries of their brand, they celebrate it more than the way they celebrate their birthdays, because it is taking a part of them, it is a part of them, not even taking. It's a part of them that you cannot physically touch, you cannot physically see, even though you have a physical enterprise, you cannot physically see, but it's something that I won't go and color when you're, but you cannot have a direct contact with. But you have to just keep doing it, because failing to is a reality that, in as much you want to come into realization with, you don't want it to happen too often. I don't get my point. Yes. When Dangote was trying to build the refinery, a lot of people noticed, some people did not notice something, but that was when Dangote gray hair started coming out. And like even K1 the ultimate is older than it. You know how K1 the ultimate is fresh. Yeah. I don't know if you have seen the company. You can see the gray hair of that man. Yeah. Recently, someone was trying to put the infinity cap on his head. The way he removed it, yeah. I was seeing a different view that people were laughing. But me, I was laughing at differently, that this man know what this particular administration are putting through as regards policy. business is something that you have to contend a lot of things. You have to contend with inflation. You have to contend with global economic factor. You have to contend with country economic factor. The most important one, most powerful, you have to contend with media and power of government. Government can wake up one day and say that a policy does not suit them, they're not interested in it. And that policy may be the place that your business is most striving at. Take for instance the days of Gokada in Lagos. It was a revolution in Lagos. Until a point in time that Lagos government banned um, bikes
Yeah.
entirely in Lagos. So the model was that was a branch from OP, and Gokada went down the drain. You can see that policies can ruin scalability of enterprise. So those are the sides that people don't see. Policies from government, economic factor, inflation, uncertainty of a lot of reasons. A lot of reasons. We can go on that aspect.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so now so that we can just round up because everything you said has been really, really helpful, even to me that I'm listening. It's really, really helpful. And I know anyone listening right now that wants to start a business, that is thinking of, oh, I'm too young. And again, what I want to say is age, age. The fact that what you are doing now, there are a lot of people that they are in their 30s that are not doing it. Yeah. So age does not mean anything when it comes to building businesses and everything. So my next question now is that how have you seen yourself grow in the last 5 years? Like in business, especially in that business, what is like the major skill you've built through this business in the last 5 years?
One, communication skills. Communication skills are quadruple. Second is negotiation skills. I can negotiate anybody into a deal. It is not a lie. It is something I've been able to do over time. Because, like I said business is the other definition of business that people don't know, that people think business is just buying and selling, is persuasion, because you are selling an idea, expecting it to convert into money, then they will not buy. So one that I've learned over time that has helped me, that has improved me, is communication skills have quadrupled. My observation skills have been much enlightened. My negotiation skills too is very, very important. You need to know how to negotiate in a business. And that's why our mothers are sales, but people don't pay attention to all this methodology and they don't see it as a thing, as an approach, because we are much not that observant enough. In Yoruba, they call something akpekpefuru. If you want to go and buy market from a proper Yoruba woman in the market, the way they attend to you, the way they use, let me use the word, the way they show the akpekpefuru, that's the gesture, the welcoming habit, the welcoming attitude, that is what they call customer relations. The way they show it comes from the standpoint of persuasion, but many people don't understand that it is also a strategy, it is also a methodology in business that you can adopt. So I've been able to learn those things, I've been able to do those things, I've been able to know how to understand the mind of a customer. I've been able to understand the mind of an average Nigerian customer, average customer. So those are the things that I've learned. And lastly, my exposure mindset. I don't see some money as money anymore. There's some way to do some way that you do some transaction. Even doing business allows me to understand what the capacity that you have in banks because of the kind of business you do. I don't get what I'm trying to say. The capacity you have in bank, the assets you have from even from the state government or the Nigerian government. I understand now that if you have a working business, you can collect loans from Bank of Industry. There are terms to it. Those kind of stuff. A lot of people don't know about those informations, and like that. So that's just it.
Thank you so much. So quickly, if you could give an advice to someone listening right now, give one advice to the person listening right now, what will it be?
Start as afraid. Don't wait until it is perfect. Don't wait until you have all the box ticked. I started TBM with a WordPress website. From WordPress, we build our platform. From there, we build another one. From there, we build the current one and the mobile app. So if we had looked at because we did not have those things in place, we may not get to where we are today. And doing those things allowed myself to be able to like build the strong understanding that you don't have to have it all. You don't have to have all the answers to it immediately. Start afraid. Don't wait until it's perfect. That is just my simple advice for any business person, young entrepreneur that is listening to this, that will listen to this eventually. Don't wait until you have everything handled. If it is one tomato, one pepper, start it. There's always reward at the end.
So start afraid, always reward at the end. Thank you so much. So lastly, can you say a word of prayer for growth conversations?
All right. I pray that the podcast gets to nations, that the listening of this particular podcast edify the minds of people, edify the minds of young believers, young entrepreneurs, young career-driven people. And by the grace of God, it's like my favorite prayer. You receive the emergence of glory, emergence of visibility, emergence of visibility in the mighty name of Jesus. And I pray that the where the podcast is today is not where it's going to be tomorrow. It's a certainty, but I affirm it in the spirit. I affirm it with the angels in heaven.
Thank you so much. So if you are listening to this now, we just had the privilege of having Akande Bezos, the CEO and founder of TBM Events and Oloba. Yeah, so we spoke a lot about business. So if you've listened to it, you can do it, listen again. There are a lot of things you will not get. You can also listen to our previous episodes. So I will see you next time. Thank you so much, Akande. God bless you so much. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Much respect.